honestly, what I'm thankful for is, for life. You know what I'm saying? Be able to live every day. And honestly, my job, to keep money in my pocket and keep me moving. And honestly, my family, and all the genuine people that actually love me. That's what I'm very thankful for. What about you?
So I'm thankful for a lot. So,
Sis,
but
you forgot to say me first.
I know. So what I am thankful for, I'm thankful for you too. But I'm thankful for just the ability to learn and grow, and all the growth that I've done over this last year. Taking a regular podcast, making it a visual podcast, taking a regular hoodie line and making it more than just a hoodie, making it just a whole movement and making it a whole wave. And I mean, that's what I'm really thankful for. I think one thing that showed me how much I grew was when we was on the phone and I was saying like, hey, I want to record, at the Thanksgiving dinner, but I don't really want to take my light.
Right.
So I got a studio light, and it's one of the studio ring lights. It's one of the really big ones. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to take it because, it's delicate. I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't want it to fall or anything like that. Because if it breaks, I'm not going to be able to purchase another one right now. So I was like, I'll leave it at home. And you had made a comment. I was like, we could just use my phone. And you had made a comment, and you had said something along the terms of what other people would say. And my response to that, it came out of my mouth so fast that I didn't even get to think about what I was saying. But it was just how I felt because it came out raw. And at that moment, I knew that I grew over this last year. Because old me would have been like, yeah, I should take the ring, right? I should take the ring because I don't want nobody to say something about my show or say how it's not professional or anything like that. But new me, this is what new me said. I don't give a damn what nobody else think. First of all, catch me 5 years from now and ask me how my show doing then. Would it still matter if I bring a light or anything like that, Like, what they gonna say? Oh, she doing her show off of her iPhone X that has an amazing camera. I'm working towards my dream. Like, what can anybody say about me working towards my dream? Whether I'm doing it on an iPhone, a Nokia, or any device. Like,
that's what it's for. I mean, we paying the phone is $1,200.
Right.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, but even without the
what do you mean?
Even without the price tag, it came out of my mouth so fast of just not caring what somebody else think. Because my show is my show. It's gonna be bomb without a light, and it's gonna be bomb with a light. I mean, the light definitely adds a great look to it, but I don't need all that. I'm about to go chill with my family and eat. I don't want to have to worry about my light. I want to eat. I want to worry about the plate that's about to be in front of me. So, I mean, that showed me that I grew a lot in this last year because it didn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what. I really don't feel like it matters what other people see, like as in equipment wise. Just know that I'm putting in work,
Sure.
and just know that I got goals, and know that I'm reaching them. I mean, everything that I've done in this last 1 year has shown me how my 5-year plan is gonna work, and the way that it's working, I might even hit it at 3 years. So it's like, I'm working hard for a purpose. And just, my mindset of when that came out and how fast that came out of my mouth, it showed me that I've grown a lot because I used to care a lot about what other people think.
So with this show, I wanted to show everyone how I interact with my family. And I wanted to ask a few people at our family events, what does family mean to you? What is the importance of family? Because I think sometimes we lose focus on what family really is. I know that I have plenty of times. So this time I wanted you guys just to see how we interact as a family on the holidays, when I go to my mom's side of the family, and then when I go to my dad's side of the family. So this first clip is me with my grandmother, but you couldn't really hear her because of the music was like super loud. So I'm going to have to get her another time and do another interview with her because she always has some wisdom to give to you. So enjoy the show.
current grandmaster right here.
How long does it take to be a grandmaster?
Whew. A lot of people don't get it.
Is
Yeah,
it?
select few. You gotta be voted in.
Oh wow. Okay.
Gotta be voted in. Hey!
So this is like
This-
family history, like in itself.
What did we just tell y'all? We're in brother, what's his name? He was on the Time magazine. Where's his picture at? He took the dollar. The one was on Time magazine.
Okay. So, good question to you is, why is family important to you?
Family important because it was installed through my grandfather. And I was taught, like all of us, you know what I'm saying? No matter what we do, we take care of our family.
Right.
You know, if anybody needs something from me and I got it, I'm gonna give it to you just because you're my family, because I love you. And I never want to see anybody in my family, you know, need something and I got it and it's just sitting there. So I'm gonna take care of my
I need
family.
500 right
I
now.
got you, cuz. Cash out. King, I be like cash out. But I love my family, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy being with my family. And peace out, family. December 7th, we down here for my birthday.
Down
4-5,
here.
baby.
FOE.
4-5. They said I want to see 18. 4-5. You know what I'm saying? 45.
I'm coming.
Y'all better be here. I want y'all here. So
Definitely.
it's gonna be loud. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna party and have a good time. Family, you know what I'm saying? So I
Let's
see
be
y'all.
out there.
Peace out.
We are one, a family. And a family is something that we don't choose.
Right.
Someone we like, someone we don't like, but we love them all. That's what you call family. In order to have a good family, you gotta keep it together. As the man said, good shepherd, keep it flat footed. I'm the shepherd. Right.
Mom?
So family is really important to me. That guy there is one of my oldest cousins. What's wonderful about him is that he pulled the family together for Thanksgiving every time. So my family are ride or die, and it's so exciting because somebody made up like some type of wording and said like they have everything in their family. We have everything in our family, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I love them all. So no matter what your family is like, love your family. Nobody can stop me from loving my family. So just want to say, happy Thanksgiving.
You gotta come through. Reporting live from Detroit, Michigan. Yes!
Girl, don't like me.
Look at this, she flips her hair. Alright, so Thanksgiving. So, we have a sister cousin bond, right? And we have a group of cousins. We talk just like in a chat every single day. We do like events together and all hang out. Why is this important to you?
It's important to me because I have like a bond with everybody, and then y'all can help me give me advice on things, and like just different looks on things, like different aspects of life.
Yeah, I mean, it's like getting comfortable with, like, you know, people that's outside of your siblings, but having a, like, best friends.
Right.
People always talk, like, you know, if you don't got friends, if you don't have friends, you got cousins. Because there's a lot of us. So, it's like building that bond and being closer, like best friends, it's like, it helps you come out your shell and do some things that you probably wouldn't do. But when your cousins egg you on, you be like, you know what?
Some things I won't share with my sisters, but I'll share with y'all.
Right. That's just that on that.
Right.
Okay? Okay. So, another cousin, why is having a family together and why is the holiday so important to you?
For one, family is like unity. It's the unity of love or strength, basically. Family is strength, really. It's the strength. So you're going to be depressed, you know, depression and whatever you're going through. Once you see your family, the strength is just released of everything you want.
Yeah, it's like love everywhere. And I think that, like, we got a cousin chat. So we talk like almost every day, or we at least keep in contact. So we try to stay in tune, so we'll know when somebody else need uplifting. Like, when do I need to do this for you? When do you need to do this for me? So we try to keep it bonded. But that's
Most of
it.
the time, you don't even know what the other person going through in a text message. And just one laugh or two laughs will change your whole mood.
Yeah.
So family is more, like I said, strength.
It is. That's us. So this is like my favorite auntie. This is my auntie Janet. And my auntie Janet used to make me feel so cool when I was a kid. Like she used to do my hair, and you couldn't tell me I wasn't fine or anything like that. I was fine as wine.
That's
And
right.
look,
That's right, boo. Yes, you were.
and I had your little wine cooler, and I was just cool.
Very much so. But you know, I knew better than that now. You
Yeah.
can't take your mama than what I was doing.
Nah, she would. Ma, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. So Auntie Janet, how do you feel about family?
I feel that family is the most important thing to have. I see some people that's distant with their families, and I feel bad for them because when you're down to your lowest point in life, another family member will give you life. It's most important, especially with siblings. I'm close to my nieces and nephews because of our bond being so close. If the bond wasn't close to my siblings, then it wouldn't be close to my nieces and my nephews. And they are the most important thing for me. As far as generation is concerned, we gotta make sure we pour into them what we know, the knowledge that we know, the history that we know, so that they'll know who they are. And I'm most proud of my niece, especially with her broadcast. I've been keeping up with it, I've been watching it. And I mean, as a little child, she was kind of quiet, really quiet. And she just grew up and just blossomed everywhere. And I am so proud of you. And not to talk about your clothing line, the vibe, I'm very proud of you. And I'm proud of how you turned out and what you're doing. I just say keep your connections because you're your own child.
Yeah.
And a lot of your cousins grew up with more like sisters and brothers, more so than cousins. And you gotta keep that tight because we're not gonna be here forever. Our older generation won't be here forever, and it's important that we have somebody to carry on what we did. That's the Johnson family.
In this family, everybody came up under me.
Right.
So with my aunts and my uncles and my father and my brothers, we always got together. And one thing about this family was the dance. We didn't need outsiders. We all would get together and any new step I learned, I taught them. So we had a lot of fun. You know, we didn't have to be invited to each other's house. We just came to see each other. We're always glad to see each other. No, we're not perfect. No family is perfect. But we have.
That's the reason why I'm always late because I be dancing, getting dressed. Now you know it's just in my blood.
It's in our blood.
It's natural. You have to
love to dance.
Thank you so
My
much.
father taught me how to dance.
Really?
Because he was all in dance. I taught my brothers how to dance. And with my cousins, it just came natural.
Man, another one of the faves.
Hey, guys.
My sister cousin Babe. Well, I call her Babe. We call her Trey. But her name is Trevana.
That's me.
So Trey is always big on family, keeping the family together, and she's basically like the next generation of how we gonna stay together.
Absolutely.
Will be Trey basically. So Trey, why is family important to you?
Family is important to me because, I mean, I feel like that's just how God intended it to be. Your family is your first priority, period. Like above all, like your family is first, and at the end of the day, when all goes bad, and when things get rough, my family is who I have to depend on. We are very close. It was instilled in me from my grandma Susie Johnson, my grandma Essie Johnson, my grandfather James Johnson Sr. And it's just been, we just always been a close-knit family, and it's just important to have family to me. And we just got to continue on my grandfather's legacy because I know that's what he would want. I'm just big on family because I'm a Cancer and I love hard. Anyway, so if I ain't gonna love nobody, I'm gonna love my family. Period. Okay, so that's number one. Hey, hey, your first ministry is home. My family is my home. Okay. And I love my family with all my heart. There's nothing nobody can do that can stop me from loving them. And I'm grateful for the bond that I have with my people. And you know, ain't no family is perfect. We're not perfect, but we absolutely love each other. We absolutely have each other's best interests at heart. And that's what it's all about.
And that's that on that, and that's it. Period, cool. Period, cool.
What's on?
The camera is on.
Recording.
All right.
Hello.
So, we're talking about the importance of family and what family means to you. So, what does family mean to us?
Togetherness,
I
love.
thought you said James was gonna start.
We're recording.
So,
Take two. And this is what family is. Togetherness.
yeah.
Something like that.
Speak out of turn. Smart mouth. Sarcasm. Jokes. No, family is a unit. Consistent of human beings. From
Family is coming
After
together
promotion.
this Saturday after Thanksgiving and cooking at 9 o'clock at night.
Yep, and
That's
then
right.
knowing that the food won't be done till 2 o'clock in the morning, but you're still not gonna leave.
But we
because
gonna
you know,
drink until it's done.
You know,
That's right.
that's
That's about
that's
right.
what
And
family
if you're
is.
Alan, you're sitting here pissed off because you want to go upstairs, go to sleep. He doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
So a family is a lot of things. Everybody have their own explanation and their own reason of what they consider family. But our family, if we can say it like that, is a blended family.
I was about to say, well, that's what makes our family so special.
We like trail mix.
Yeah, we like tread mix.
I don't want to be the
I'm
raisin.
the pretzel.
I don't want to be the raisin.
I'm a Hershey.
I'll be a raisin.
I'm almond.
Actually, I want to be the M&M's.
Raisins make you fart.
Raisins make you firm.
They're good for you though, boo. Everlasting.
Well, she
Alan
doesn't.
can be the
She doesn't
pretzel.
need raisins. For that. She can do it without that. So, you know, family is just a group of individuals that have fun.
And love each other, and
Most
there's
people-
loyalty.
Loyalty. You have some that are conceited, self-centered,
Right?
and then you have that ones that sleep is I just want to get the hell out of here. But no, seriously, family, and I don't want to be all that passe talking about love and all that because you know that goes without saying. But you have moments where there's disagreements. You have moments where they're like sibling rivals. You even have moments where there's problems between the children and the parent. And what makes it so unique and what makes family so powerful is the coming back together and understanding the intent and the reasoning. When we get into it, it's never with the intent to literally hurt somebody's feelings or to put someone down, even though it may sound like that, it seem like that. But it's a matter of just wanting the best. Me, as being the father, I want the best for my daughters, I want the best for my sons. So when I talk to them, based on their age and where they're at in life, it may come across harsh, it may come across stern. Because every father wants his daughter to be the princess. And you know, like, not a whore or a fop. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I was young, I wanted a whore.
Wow.
But when I got older and I realized that's not good. Because you're making a thought and a whore out your daughter. So I changed my ways. And so now I have 3 daughters. And so it's like, I don't want any of them to be a whore, or a thought, or a trick, or a victim.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
Hello.
Hey,
Well,
Check.
well,
so what do you think, Shay? Is any of your siblings a thought, a whore, a tramp?
see, I'm the one that mind their business, so whatever they do ain't got nothing to do with me.
So Jamaica, what is your take on this?
You better get a check, sis.
Weird.
Brandy, what would you say?
And I'm look the other way because again, ain't none of my business.
Brandy, what would you say?
I just mind my own business.
Oh, okay, well, Alan, what would you have to say about your sisters? Yeah, either one of them.
I think like, I don't know. I love it.
Do you really love them?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
So,
That's what family is.
that's what family is.
You know what? I don't love you all the time no more then.
So
He just want to
truthfully
go
speaking,
home. He hated here.
truthfully speaking about
I do
family,
too.
it's so many dimensions to it.
True.
And sometimes we don't express our emotions and our feelings, and sometimes we do. And it's all about getting to know each other on different levels. Because, you know, when they were young teenagers, that was one mindset.
when they become young adults, or actually adults, that's a whole different mindset. So you have to learn how to parent over again. So I'm learning how to parent adults. Which is different from parenting teenagers.
It's difficult too.
They're out of high school, and
Because we have to treat them like an adult, but it's hard to switch off that they're the kid, but they're an adult.
Hey, you ever know if they try to be our parents though?
I noticed that. Well,
Tell
y'all
us-
be acting up.
Tell us what to do.
Don't do that.
And then at the same time,
Right, like
come
I
on,
told
cash
y'all to
out.
go to Meyer.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna skip the fact that they was just grounded and they didn't like pay attention to they was just grounded. But I mean, that's just me.
So, yeah,
They're mad.
we just came off
They're
of a
mad.
3-week punishment.
Because they're mad because do grocery shop.
So this episode was important to show you that the realness of what a family is. Like, we're not perfect, but during holidays, this is how it is. We get together, we laugh, we dance, we drink. You know, we embrace each other, show each other that we love each other, because sometimes we're not always there. Sometimes we have disagreements. But I was always taught by my parents and by my grandparents is that you have to stick with your family and love your family no matter what. And sometimes your family won't be related to you, which is all fine as well. Family is still family. Family is loyalty. That's your unit. That's your tribe. So I just wanted to point out the importance of family, because I didn't know really the importance of family until this year. I'm starting to learn it. So as we go into this last episode, just know, ride with your family.
So let's talk about your mom.
Okay, so my mom got back in my life. You know, I got taken away from her when I was 4, and my dad came. He got custody of me and my brother. So my mom really didn't get back full into my life until I was probably around 10 or 11. I was probably like in the 5th grade or something. So she came back, you know, almost as like a full-time parent to help my dad, who was a full-time father, and he had custody of his 2 younger children. And basically a couple of years after my mom being in my life, she was there almost every day, you know, making sure I had what I needed. She got sick with cancer. 2008 is when we found out she was diagnosed with cancer. 2009, she passed away. But 2 weeks of my brother being released from jail, my mom really got gravely ill. But I feel like she was holding on for my brother to come home. I didn't know how bad it affected my brother. He was 13 years older than me. My brother, you know, he came home. I was used to him being the strongest person.
How old were you
when my mom?
When your mom passed?
I was 16.
Okay.
My mom was 50.
Okay.
My brother, I don't think that he wasn't even 30 yet, but he's 13 years older than me. So he came home, you know, being released, you know, from jail, trying to adapt to his everyday living, and it just, the toll it took on him to see my mom in the condition when my mom was used to being the leader in the family. My mom was used to trying to take care of 5 kids, you know, by herself.
Right.
My brother, I didn't know, you know, I was used to him being strong. My brother, he was, you know, in and out of juvenile and things like that. So he was kind of like the rebellious, you know, child.
Right.
But when he came home and seen my mom in the condition that she was in, he didn't take it too well. I thought that he would have been able, you know, to look at my mom. He had 2 beautiful kids.
Right.
I thought that he would have been able to be strong and say, hey, well, I need to be here for my kids. Tomorrow is not promised. But it really broke my brother down to a point where it was almost no comeback for him. My brother, he went into a deep depression. He was drinking every day. He was never really a drinker. I knew that he, you know, may smoke marijuana from time to time, but my brother was drinking every day.
Right.
He was going to school. He stopped going to school. He really wasn't active in his kids' life every day like he was. His whole world stopped. He lost himself, and we didn't notice the depression that he was going through because we all were suffering, you know, from dealing with the loss of my mom. We didn't band together as a family like we should have. Everybody just went their separate ways and was dealing with things, you know, in their own time, instead of us being there for each other, being active, being strong. You praying as a family should have, or, just bonding, trying to make sure we're all healing. We all went our separate ways. My brother, he was getting sick. He was suffering. 2013, my brother at 31 suffered from 3 heart attacks.
Wow.
From drinking every day. We didn't know it. My sister called me like, you better, check on him. He had 3 heart attacks. And I'm like, 3 heart attacks? We went up to the hospital. My brother was on life support. Me sitting up there every day before work or after work, checking on him, just making sure he was okay. The nurses, they were like, you're so young, like, what happened? I went in my brother's house. We had to clean his house.
Mm-hmm.
It was liquor bottles everywhere.
Wow.
Liquor bottles everywhere. It was just scary, and for me to see my young niece, like, I don't want to be in here, like, there's too much going on, I want to go. My brother, we prayed and stuff, we're like, we're going to be okay. He went right back out of that, of him healing from his heart attacks, went right back out into the streets.
Wow.
Right back out into the streets. It was tough, but it was like, how could I tell somebody older than me how they should live their life?
Right.
He's been living his life. This is all he know.
Right.
2013, he bounced back. He seemed like he was himself. He's back around his friends and stuff. 2015, on my day off from work, I get a random phone call from my sister, like, you better get up to the hospital. And I'm like, what's wrong? She like, get up here. We can't find him. We don't know where he is. We've been looking for him. A crackhead said that she dropped him off at the hospital at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We don't know where he at, but we're looking for him. He's considered a John Doe.
Wow.
Get up to the hospital, and we figure out that he's in the hospital because we had a security guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I think I know exactly who y'all looking for.
Mm-hmm.
DMC hospital had my brother wallet, his insurance cards, his credit cards, and y'all didn't have him registered in the hospital. So we got there for my brother. It was a little bit too late. My brother was on the last. His liver was failing. Everything was failing. They feel like they ran out of all of the options they could to like save his life. And it was like really extremely hurtful and things, to see, but it was like the liquor, depression. Everybody take things differently as far as death and dealing with childhood, issues. Everybody take it differently. And the strong person I thought he was really just fragile from everything that he went through as well, and he never really healed from it. It's like all he had was my mom, but he never had his dad. And everybody in different chapters of life. We all grew up in different like eras or decades and things. Like, he was born in the 80s and stuff. It was like everybody knew different chapters of my mom.
Right.
So it was like my older sister she was born in the 70s. So I didn't look at how everything affected everybody differently.
Right.
And it was too late. I wish I could go back and would have knew what my brother was going through and could have understood where he was coming from more, but we missed the signs of his depression. We missed the signs. We just thought, oh, he'll be all right, and that was not it.
That's usually how it goes. I mean, a lot of people look at people and be like, they strong, they can handle it, but it's like sometimes the strongest person need a handhold,
they do,
a hug or something, even with being strong. Like, they go through problems too. They're just the best at hiding it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people go through. Like, I know a lot of strong people, and I don't necessarily know what they're going through because they're so strong.
Yeah.
But it's always about, like, now we can always say, like, now we just got to check on people just to make sure, like, they straight. But that's crazy. Like,
it's deep. It gets deep. I didn't know, and it makes me go back, and there's certain questions I wish I could have asked my mom about her life. There's certain questions I wish I could have asked my brother, because at first I was just so mad at them. I didn't think about what they endured as children and why they were the way that they were.
Right.
I didn't think about all of that until I got older, and I'm like, okay, I figured out mom's life story. I figured out my brother's life story. This is why they were the way that they were, you know?
Right.
And it's like, okay, my brother, when he was in jail, he was like, I wish y'all would have wrote me letters. We would write them, but not as often as he needed to. But we also, I wish you wouldn't get in trouble so much. I wish you would be home, you know, with us, being the leader as the big brother. But we just didn't know his history, his past, or my mom, you know, her history and her past. And my parents growing up 2 different households, 2 different separate type of families. I didn't, you know, was getting the best of both worlds, understanding where both of them came from.
Right. See, I mean, it's crazy because it's like, it's such a big transition, especially to get out of jail and then to come back into the world and be like, all right, I gotta adapt and, you know, understand everything that's going on. It's hard. It's hard. And then to deal with death, like, death in itself, yeah, it's hard. Like, it's a tough pill to really swallow. And it's like, what are the signs? Like, what should we be checking for? Like, even though we know now that tears is just not it, like, what exactly should we be checking on? How should we approach a person if we don't know? Like, what questions do you really ask a person that has went through something? Like, sometimes when it's like somebody close to me that they lose somebody or something like that, I still ask, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing and I don't want to tip your toe on stuff, but I want you to know that, like, you know, I'm here for you and stuff like that. But it's like, what do you really say? Like, some people, you know, people get offended by certain things that you say, you know, during that period of time. Because I know I used to get offended a lot when people be like, it's going to be okay. And it'd be like, but it's not okay right now. I don't want to talk about the future. Like, I want to talk about right now. It's not okay right now. I'm not feeling okay. Like, I don't feel like being around people. I don't feel like doing anything. And it's like, I know one of the signs, I know only because I went through, you know, my grandmother's death and everything, and not wanting to do anything, not wanting to be around anyone. That was a real big sign that I knew I had to pay attention to now. But it's like, when you have someone that's older than you, like a older brother, sister, cousin, or anybody, it's like you expect them, because they've been here longer than you, to be stronger, or you expect them to let you know, like, hey, I need somebody to be there. When it's not necessarily a case. It's not like an age thing when it comes to dealing with something and everybody don't know how to express things, no matter how old they are. Like, when you experience, especially something traumatic as that, it's hard to say, hey, I just need a hug. That's it.
And my brother, he was so used to having to be tough, he didn't know, you know, how to say it to us. But he was like, you better call me or something. I'm like, okay, I'll call you. But now I was like, I was looking at the environment he was in, you know, the environment of the guns, the selling drugs and stuff. And I'm like, I don't really want to be around that every day, you know. And it was like, all right, I'll call you and check on you, but, you know, call and check on me too. And I looked, and I was looking at one of the last pictures we took with him. We didn't even know he was sick. Now we look back at the family picture. My brother's eyes were bloodshot, red, yellow. His stomach, you know, from him just drinking alcohol every day and having ulcers and things of that nature. His stomach was bloated. And I just looked at my family and said, we missed all the signs. It was right there in our face. He needed a hug. He needed help. But we was, you know, still suffering from the effects of losing our mom and stuff too. We was just wrapped up in ourselves. We wasn't even thinking, instead of everybody going their separate ways, we need to call each other, we need to hug each other, we need to pray with each other, we need to be there. We all went our separate ways, which is the wrong thing to do when you're suffering from a loss.
No, that's definitely what usually, like, happens a lot, is people be like, all right, I'm gonna go over here to my spot, you know, and it's just that.